Hot as shit in here. Why is it always so hot up here? I don't know what I'm doing. There's a bunch of construction over there, and it's weird being in Mom's seat. There are like 6 prequels, and it's fucking ridiculous is what it is. I heard there's an animated one. I don't know which one's animated, but that's happening. I'm Abby with Motor City Nerds, and I'm here to talk to you about the Game of Thrones prequel. Okay, so it says that we're opening on Daemon riding Syraxes, which is badass. Like I said, I like Targaryens. They're fucking sweet. And Syraxes is bright red. That's his dragon, is Syraxes. Daemon wields Dark Sister, which is the ancestral blade that Aegon the Conqueror's sister Visenya, my favorite Targaryen, that was her sword. So it's badass. Just a little tidbit of info. But what we get out of this is where we are in time. Now, this is what I was confused about. I was like, where the fuck are we starting, okay? Because this is going to be hard for anybody to follow. Like, if you're a freak like me and you know every Targaryen that looks exactly the same except for one scar is different, then you'll be fine. But if you're somebody who's like, what's the bitch who rides dragons' names? You're going to be like, okay, now there's 70 of you that all look the same. Like, it's gonna, and all have crazy sounding names, and you're the first, second, third, fourth, you're running around, who are you? Aegon the Fifth, what's it? Okay. But it is very cool. Like, there's very cool stuff. So we have Daemon. It's opening with Daemon. This isn't like, it's giving us giant things of from here to here to here. We have a little bit of name dropping of characters. So like I said, we know where we're at. But other than that, it's not like dialogue all the way through. So people don't know like exactly what happens. It's just, and it's only the first 2 episodes. So if you don't want to know it, click off. But yeah, so we open with Daemon, who's a badass, quick to fight, and he's not, like, the nicest guy, but he marries Rhaenyra Targaryen. Now, where there's an issue here is that we're going to get to the Dance of Dragons, because in this first episode, it says that he's still talking to Aegon II. Now, this whole show, or not, I don't know about all of it, is going to be about the Dance of Dragons. The Dance of Dragons, as I've said in my video before, is just a civil war between the Targaryen family, where Aegon II, who was a half-brother to Rhaenyra Targaryen, got the Iron Throne, all because he was a dude. That's it. That's all. And it's one of so Rhaenyra's the one you're kind of like rooting for, or supposed to root for, because she was trained to rule by her dad her whole life. He wanted her to rule. He wanted her to take over. And then when he died, the whole realm went, no, fuck that noise. You don't have a dick. You don't get to be in charge. You fuck that. And so she was like, no, fuck you. We're gonna fight. So her husband is Daemon, who's a bad motherfucker, wields Dark Sister, rides Syraxes. And like I said, in this leak, it says that Aegon II and Daemon are still not cool, but they're still in proximity with each other in the Red Keep, which is King's Landing, the castle, the capital. So, yeah, so obviously they're not at war yet. So obviously we're going to see the beginning of the Dance of Dragons. We're not just going to get thrown into it. So that'll be really interesting to see. What I also realized is we're going to be able to see the Targaryen family interact. Just like how we got to see the Starks interact and every other family interact, just how they would on a family level, we get to watch the Targaryens do that, which we haven't got to see yet. We've only got to see Daenerys and Viserys over in the East, and how they ran away from getting murdered, essentially, and before she got her dragons, and then her coming over with them. Like, we didn't get much of their at-home slice of life stuff. So that'll be really cool to see, like, how much is, like, oh, I love you and I care about you because you're my family, and how much of this is politics and power, and I want to be in charge. So that I'm really kind of excited to see, more than just dragons, because dragons are the shit, man. Like, let's just be real. Dragons are the shit. We know it. We got it. Another person who was named was Cregan Stark. Now, Cregan Stark gets called a little bitch by his family, so there's some inner turmoil going on there in the north, and I think that's very interesting, which I kind of forgot about, because this will be us able to see on screen for the first time the North being sneaky schemers and plotters and being like, no, I'm really finessing behind the scenes, which we don't really get to see from the North. And I think that's really cool to explore some more. Like, this is honestly, after this, and like I said, I don't look at leaks. After this, I'm more excited about this. I'm like actually gonna, where before I was like, yeah, I'll watch it. Obviously, I'm going to watch it. But I was like, am I gonna care? Am I really gonna give a shit? And now I'm like, I'm giving a shit. I'm giving a shit, okay? I'm giving a shit. Is that how I'm gonna do my rating scale? Giving a shit and not giving a shit. Oh my god. But yeah, no, I do. I think that's a really interesting way to go, because like I said, when you think about the Starks, You think about this stoic, serious, I don't break rules, I don't do this, I'm honorable, I'm not a sneak, and we don't really get to see that from, we don't think of that when we think of the northern houses. We think of that when we think of the Lannisters or the Martells or whatever, and we don't really think of the Starks doing that shit. So it's gonna be cool to see another side to that. I'm excited about that. It's good. Like I said, I'm interested now. I'm like, oh, okay. That's another. It said it's gonna, like, the opening shot was 6 dragons, and I'm like, we're doubling down on dragons already, like, already, because before you guys kept saying we don't have a budget, we don't have a budget, we don't have a budget, and now we have this giant budget apparently, which is cool, I guess. I'm excited for it, but yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I consider. I think it was on purpose, honestly, because the 10-year anniversary of Game of Thrones airing is now, and it's just very odd, and yeah. I realized I explained that really bad about Craig Stark. He doesn't get called a little bitch by his family. What happens is, we all know the Starks are about that life. He gets called weak and unable to rule in front of everyone at a party, at a feast, and he don't take that shit well. So we're going to be able to see the Northerners be like schemy and plotty and not really like each other and gel like we saw our original Starks. And then we're going to be able to see the Targaryens and their stuff, and I think that's very interesting because we haven't been able to see that from the Targaryens, and like I said, I'm very excited about that. And I know there was like a quote or whatever within the past couple of months, and I work in a factory at night, and I have for almost a decade now, so I don't know what time is. Everything just passes. So I can't remember how long ago this was, but I know one of the actresses came out, and this isn't funny. One of the actresses came out and said she was going to leave the production because they didn't like that they were, now tell me if I'm wrong, glorifying abuse or mistreatment of women, which if that was really happening, that's a problem. I'm not here to judge anybody or take anybody's feelings away from them, because if you feel some kind of way about something, you feel that way. It is what it is. Somebody can say they didn't mean that way or didn't want it that way, but you still felt that way. So everybody's feelings are valid here. And yeah, she came out and was saying stuff like that and blah blah blah. And I hope that wasn't taking place. But what kind of took me back, and it wasn't what this woman said. Like I said, I'm not here to judge anybody. If you were uncomfortable, you were uncomfortable. It is what it is. But what kind of took me back was that's a huge running theme in the Targaryen history, is like women kind of are in charge, and they're the ones kind of running shit, and they're the ones, like Aegon the Conqueror was the face of the Conqueror and was the face of history and all this other shit, and he was essentially just making appearances and had to keep that up for most of his ruling, especially in the beginning. And Visenya and Rhaenys, his sisters, the queens, were the one in King's Landing making laws and currencies and establishing ports and systems and how things worked. And so it's like they were the ones who kind of built Westeros in a sense, where Aegon was like the face and he was very important. Now, I'm not trying to take anything away from the male Targaryen characters. They're sweet. I love them. Bloodraven is my favorite. Daemon, fucking, Aegon, the unlikely, he's the shit. How long have I been talking about Dunk and Egg for? Like, I'm not taking anything away from them, but that's what the whole Dance of Dragons is about, is that this woman was meant to rule. She was trained to rule since her whole life, and now they're going, you can't do that, after her dad, who wanted her to be in charge, dies. And so it's like, what? Okay, let's put this fuck in charge. That's not a good idea. But yeah, it's like a huge theme of it is like, women can do stuff. Our tits don't get in the way. Just because we don't have a dick doesn't mean we can't do things. We're fine. But yeah, that's like a huge theme. So that kind of, just what happened with that actress, well, like I said, that's terrible if she felt that uncomfortable. But hopefully it was fixed and everything's good now. And we don't have a product to see, so we don't know. We can't judge off that. So I'm just saying, it surprised me, because I was like, that is and just like anything like Game of Thrones, or like Game of Thrones was, or anything like back in history, a lot of times not so nice things happen to women, and that's just a fact, and it sucks. And but like I said, whether this woman felt the way she felt, it is what it is, and I don't want anybody to feel bad, you know. So yeah, I was just kind of shocked. But I'm not trying to end on anything too sad, so I want to know what you're most excited to see. I think I just ranted about what I'm excited to see. So I just want to know what you want to see. Do you want to see dragons? Do you want to see the North? Do you want to see more of the East? Do you want to see... What do you want to see? What are you excited about? let me know in the comments down below. Oh my god, and we are going to recap Falcon and Winter Soldier. What happened was I fucked up a bunch of footage for the first and second episode, and then I was like, well, let's just recap the whole thing. It's amazing. I just finished episode 6, and I was pissed off that I put makeup on because I was crying like a baby. It's so good. I think it's the most important thing Marvel's ever done. What other shows you're excited about? Because me and Mom are really pumped about Succession. Where are my Succession people at? There needs to be more of you out here because Succession is the best show on television. Besides Better Call Saul, which Mom every day yells, when's Better Call Saul coming out? I'm not AMC, Mom. I don't fucking know. But we are doing our Falcon and Winter Soldier recaps. We are going to be doing that tomorrow. I'm really excited about it. We just couldn't, after the first 2 videos got messed up, she was busy, then I was busy, and then she got her vaccine, and then I was back at work, and it's just been a clusterfuck, especially if you know anything about the big 3. There's a lot of shit going on with that, and it's because of COVID, and we can't get stuff in, so we better off work, and then I thought we'd get a bunch done, and yada, yada, yada. So what? Whatever. We're here now, right? So me and Mom will be back tomorrow. Oh, and we are doing a Mortal Kombat Godzilla vs. Kong recap too together because we both, we'll get to my boy Godzilla. And I told you guys, and thank you to my 109 subscribers. You mean the world to me. I appreciate the support. I appreciate people actually listening. I did go full Frieza, but I thought I saved it. I might be able to post something later if I can make it work. Katie, you're a miracle worker, because my hair was dead. It was all fucked up. And I told you guys once I hit 100 subs, I'd go full Frieza, and this was down flat, and this is purple, but my hair was just so dead we couldn't go purple. So I did my Frieza-esque makeup and everything, and I can't wait because Big Omari's coming back, and we will be talking about Dragon Ball Super because he just finished it. Well, he's about to finish it, and he said he was sad. He's like, I don't want it to end. I'm so sad. And I was like, it doesn't have to end. You can keep, like, reading stuff or whatever. But anyway, we got a bunch of stuff planned up. I'm super excited about it. A piece of advice from me, with my little shit, with my 109 subscribers that I love, maybe 111 if I read it correctly because I was half asleep. I don't know. I love you guys. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. But truly, like, I don't care if I never profit off this. I don't care if it goes anywhere or if it doesn't. I love talking about movies and TV and film and just stuff and books and everything that we all like, and everybody should. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Like, and I had people in the last week calling me, what was it? A sow, an impetuous sow, and these are people that I thought I'd be friends with till the day I died, and how I think I'm better than everybody, and all this shit. A bunch of bullshit is what it is. They're fucking mad because they ain't going nowhere in life. That's what they're mad about. They're salty, and it's like, I'm not even profiting off of this. Like, I literally just do this because I love it. Everybody can. If you have something you want to do, and even if you're not going to make money on it, even if you're not going to go anywhere with it, do it, because this makes me happy. After me and Mom did our first couple WandaVision reviews, because the only reason I did them with Mom is because I'm better when I'm bouncing off somebody and they keep me in line and keep me on track. And so that's why I want Big Omari to come on more. I think all my coworkers are going to come on and we're all going to talk about stuff, and that should be very funny. I want them all to talk about what they listen to, like whether it's books, podcasts, movies, whatever, all on the assembly line, and see how different yet the same we all are, because I just think that's very interesting. But yeah, don't let any motherfucker tell you not to do something. Don't let any motherfucker try and put you down and make fun of what you're doing if you love it. That's what I was saying. After me and Mom's first review together, she was like, Abby, I have fun doing this with you. And my mom's my best friend, and we have fun doing it together. Like, even if I didn't have a YouTube channel anymore, I would still record with her just because me and her have so much fun doing it. She takes her notes, she loves it, and she genuinely loves the MCU. Like, she loves other stuff too. Don't get her going. Like, she knows her shit. Don't test Amelia. I'm just saying, do whatever makes you happy, and don't let anybody, including people that you think really matter in your life, but don't put you down about it. Just do it. If it makes you happy, do it. Remember, I'm Abby, Motor City Nerds. All of my info for my social media is down below in the description. Feel free to share, feel free to follow, feel free to go and just peek. But yeah. Oh, and I just put my Cash App in there because somebody told me to do that. Then that was smart. But do not feel obligated to send anything. I will be okay. But anything that does get sent does go straight to the channel. So if you have donated, which people have, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, for real.